the district attorney and Luke Jackson are.
Honestly, I knew that Richard was impulsive, and he certainly has a propensity for doing exactly what he pleases, but for heaven's sakes, to slip out of the hospital.
Can you imagine the pain he must have gone through with those broken ribs?
That young man has earned his happiness.
Maybe twice.
So, has what Becky set a new wedding date?
Honey, Becky's still married.
Well, not for long.
Yeah, well, that's true. She still has the divorce to go through, and then again there's Luke's trial. And if I've got him figured, he's going to play it right down to the last gasp. Accusing, using anything he can.
He can't make Becky look guilty, can he?
No. But that doesn't mean he won't try. It's going to be a difficult time for Becky and for Richard, too.
Good morning, Aunt Viki.
Oh, sweetheart. Don't you look pretty in that?
Thank you.
Do you sleep well? Mm-hmm. Good, darling. This is my husband, Joe Riley. Uncle Joe to you.
How do you do?
Hello, Tina. I'm sorry I didn't see you last night, but you were asleep.
I guess so. Anyway, I want to thank you for letting me stay here while my mom gets better.
Honey, you're entirely welcome. Will you join us?
Oh, well, that would be very nice, but I need to get to the hospital right away.
Oh, is there some news on your mother?
I think so. Yesterday she sounded so much stronger, and today she's even better.
Is that so?
Well, she even suggested that I stop in at the coffee shop downstairs and get some breakfast to go, and that she'd try to help me eat it. So you know she's got to be feeling better if she has an appetite.
Yes, well, are you on the way to the hospital now?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Well, I'll drive you.
Oh, I already called a cab. Well, Mother decided she didn't want me to put you to any more trouble than you already have.
Tina, that would have been no trouble.
Oh, well, I can just wait out in the drive. And I'll probably be home around 11, because that's when they usually have Mom rest. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, then.
Have a good day, Tina. Poor child.
That's right, that poor child. She simply will not accept how ill her mother is. You heard her. She's even talking about taking her home.
Well, hasn't anyone explained?
No, but quite frankly, I don't think it would make any difference if anyone did. She will not hear us or believe us.
Well, what are we going to do?
The day is going to come when she's going to have to accept her mother's death because it'll be a fact.
And just where do we stand? I mean, how committed are we to raising Tina?
Sweetheart, you can't be left alone. So we really don't have any choice, do we?
No, honey, we don't. It's going to be difficult for Tina. And therefore, it's going to be difficult for us. But must go on. See you at 5 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, no, you won't. You won't. I'm meeting Karen at 5.
Really? Why?
Well, I thought I'd like to get to know her a bit better, and I've been very worried about Larry.
Oh, I see. So, as usual, you'll make an immediate diagnosis and fix everything up just like that.
Don't you make fun of me.
Okay, then I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Right?
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you. It's very hot outside.
Oh, yes. Well, I've made something nice and cool for us. Some pina coladas. I hope that's all right.
Oh, yes, it's fine. Thank you.
Please sit down.
Thank you. Where are Larry and Danny?
Well, Danny started singing the first chorus of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and Larry chimed in with the second chorus. And so off they went. It's a doubleheader.
Well, how nice for both of them.
Yes. You are?
Thank you very much.
Excuse me.
Cheers. And Larry was at the hospital last night when you couldn't find him?
No. He was on a house call just as I had suspected.
Your living room looks really lovely. Did you grow those?
No, I didn't. I do like to do things like that. Do you garden?
Oh, yes, I love it.
Oh, I think I would, too. I've been reading a lot about it, and, well, maybe you could give me some pointers. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what you call any of these,
these little guys, what do you call those?
Snapdragons.
Snapdragons. My mother used to grow petunias. Hated to water them. Just awful. Jenny didn't. Jenny loved to water them. I do remember, they smelled delicious. On a warm summer night, they just filled the block. Smelled them around the block. They gave my mother a lot of pleasure. I wonder if Danny would like gardening. I suppose he'd like vegetables more than flowers. What do? You just get the tools and seeds and stuff and just go out and begin, right?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not.
Oh, why not?
Well, if you want to have a garden, you have to start in the spring.
Oh. Well, looks like I'm too late.
Afraid so?
Story of my life.
Karen, I hope you don't mind. I left your number at the hospital in case they wanted to reach me.
Oh. Oh, no, of course not.
It's my friend, Irene Clayton.
Oh, yes. Larry had mentioned that she was quite ill.
Very, very ill. You see, she came to Landview, and she was staying at the Wallington Hotel. And she went to the hospital for a treatment. And while she was there, she collapsed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's too bad.
Yes, well, I had to go and check her out of the Wallington then. And have her daughter come here by plane.
Oh, it's so funny that you should mention that. I've been at the Wallington recently, too. It's funny, it ties up with the flowers, the petunias.
The petunias?
Yes, I know. I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I was with my cousin who used to come and visit us all the time, and when he would come and visit us, Mama would put him to work in the garden. He would be lifting and moving things, and, well, he hated to do it. So finally, do you know, he pretended to be allergic so that he wouldn't come anymore, he wouldn't visit us anymore, and just Mama wouldn't let up. And he was the one that I was having to visit with in the Wallington Hotel. Oh, it was a very nice visit.
Karen, may I ask you if your cousin was also a friend of Marco Dane's? Karen, may I ask if your cousin, is also a friend of Marco Dane's?
Well, they might know each other. Maybe they met.
They seem to know each other at the Wallington.
Oh, yes, of course. It's so silly of me to forget. Marco came in and I introduced them.
Strange.
What's strange?
It's strange that having just met, your cousin gave Marco money just before the two of you got into the elevator.
He gave him money? Are you sure?
Yes. Marco said something about taking care of business, and the man reached into his pocket.
Or maybe he was reaching in to pull out a business card. You know, Marco's quite a hustler. Maybe he was trying to form some sort of business contract.
Karen, it was money.
Viki, I would like to say...
Please wait before you say anything. I would like to state my position here. It is certainly not one I would have chosen for myself. Karen, I would have given anything in the world not to have seen you in that hotel. I do not make a habit of prying into other people's business, and I try not to pass moral judgments on other people's behavior, but I simply cannot ignore what I saw in that hotel lobby for the simple reason that I love Larry very much. We are very close. We have been for years.
Yes, I know that. I know, and I'm very sorry that you've misinterpreted, but I know how terrible it must have looked, but really, it was so innocent. I mean, it was my cousin, and there was Margot. Oh, Viki, this is absolutely ridiculous. I would never do a thing like that. I couldn't. I'm not that kind of woman. I'm really not, and I would never betray Larry like that in a million years.
Karen, the reason that I cannot ignore what I saw yesterday is because it's not the first time I've seen you in the Wallington with Marco Dane. There was another time. I saw the two of you getting off the elevator, and that time he handed you money.
You saw that?
Yes, I did. So, you see, hotel, and you, and money being passed back and forth, and Marco Dane in the middle of it all. How could I help but think that? Karen, say something. Karen, please, please convince me that it is innocent.
I can't.
You can't. You can't. Then it's true. You...
Yes. That's right. Find it hard to say, don't you, Viki? It's almost harder to say than it is to live. Prostitute. Hooker. Trick, John, number. You see, there's a whole vocabulary that surrounds it. Number. I think that's my favorite. Number, not man, not person, but just one of so many faces. Number. You know what, Viki? I'm worth $100. Men pay $100 just for the privilege of going to bed with me for half an hour. Isn't that incredible? And even at $100 a shot, I still don't have a heart of gold. What's the matter, Viki? Feel a little nauseous? Feel a little sick to your stomach? You want to throw up? Well, let me tell you something. It doesn't help. I've tried it. Why don't you say something? Scream, yell something! Why don't you tell me what a saint Larry is and how rotten I am? Why don't you tell me what you all always knew, that I was never good enough for him? I was always the bad one. Jenny was the good one, but Karen was the bad one. You knew my life was going to turn out like this. Why do you look so shocked? Karen! You can't say anything. Then why did you do something? Why did you hit me? Why did you beat me? I deserve to be beaten, you know. Why did you punish me? I've been waiting so long to be punished. I am not going to punish you. Oh, you're not going to punish me. Yeah, but you're going to tell Larry, you're going to tell everybody, and everybody's going to know. Oh, God, Viki. I hate myself. You have no idea how much I hate myself. This double life, this deceit. I can hardly even look at my Larry anymore. I can hardly bear to touch him. And I love him too, Viki. You have no idea how much I love him.
Then why in the hell are you prostituting yourself?
Marco makes me do it.
Marco, how?
He's blackmailing me. He told me that if I didn't do this, that he was going to tell...
Tell what? Tell what? Karen, there is no point in holding anything back. Now tell me.
All right. Many years ago, Marco and I got into trouble with the law back in Colorado. And he went to jail because I turned state's evidence against him. But I was involved in it too, and he said that if I didn't prostitute myself, he was going to tell Larry. And so you see, Viki, if he had told Larry, Larry never would have married me. Larry would find it very difficult to understand that was when I was young and wild.
This is unbelievable. Marco forcing you to do that?
Oh, he's despicable. Yes, and he's also very mean, and I know that he could hurt me, and he would, and that's why I haven't been able to break away. But you've got to believe that I've tried, Viki. I really have tried.
Oh, yes, I believe you. Sure, I believe you. You just haven't had the power. The only person who can deal with this is somebody who has more power than Marco. Somebody like my husband. Joe could handle it, I'm sure of that.
No, Viki. Viki, you can't tell Joe. You can't tell anyone. You can't. Nobody can help.
You cannot continue to let Marco exploit you.
No, but I feel now like I can handle Marco.
You just said you couldn't.
I know I did, but I feel differently now. It's... All of a sudden, I'm not alone. I've tried to tell people before. I tried to tell Will, I tried to tell Jenny, but I couldn't get it out. And now that you know, I feel stronger. I feel like I can deal with Marco. But please, Viki, you've got to promise me not to tell anyone. Please promise me no one.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, God, I thank you. And in some funny way, I'm so grateful you were at that hotel. Thank you.
I have to go, Karen. I just have to go.